guys, White Witch 110 here, coming to you from a beautiful evening here in Ottawa. We had a gorgeous day, nice and warm summer temperatures. I guess you could almost say hot. And of course, being as who we are, we complained. I tried to remember the cold and the snow. It sometimes worked. Hubby's just been doing some spot cleaning on the rug. Just gave it a good vacuum. The cats are so messy with their dry food. But I decided on such a nice evening, I'd give you a view from the east, and I would read you some of the story. If people would get their vehicles fixed, it'd be a lot easier. Anyways, so here we go. There was nothing to do but drift along with the river. The only sound, water caressing the sides of our homemade raft. We felt there was no one else in the world. Nothing but summer greens on either side of us. The sunlight made every color richer. The rocky shores, nestled pebbled beaches. Long sun-bleached logs dotted their way along Land's End. It was all so beautiful. The sound of birds within the tall trees echoed across the river to us. A great blue heron waded patiently into the reeds in search of lunch. We watched his progress as long as the current allowed. His head broke the water surface just as we rounded the bend. I was glad for the portable canopy we had bought to use. The reflection of the water at times was intense. I prayed for a cloud for a moment of relief. Everything we required for our week was packed neatly on board. Liam, did you buy something to use as the walls? I don't want to be exposed while we sleep. I took care of it, Maddie. No need to worry. The tarps will attach with Velcro. Easy enough to set up and take down. I should have known he'd have everything covered. A tabletop barbecue would heat or cook our meals. The night's cool, but our sleeping bags would keep us warm. I wouldn't mind living like this. It's comforting and stress-free, I told Liam. Oh, there'll be stress, he assured me. We get stuck, we'll be pushing and pulling this beast free. Good thing it's not terribly heavy. He had done this before, so I didn't argue. Liam had added a motor to the back just in case we needed it. I stretched out on our makeshift lounge that doubled as half our bed. I took in sweet breaths deeply of clean air, the smell of nature intoxicating. At that moment, I didn't want to be anywhere else. I drifted off to a peaceful sleep, my dream light and airy. I floated above the river on a fluffy, soft cream cloud. All of nature came forward to greet me. I wanted to stay in this amazing atmosphere forever. Maddie, time to wake up. Liam gently jostled my small shoulder. Slowly, my eyes opened. The sun had almost set. The sky was a glorious orange, yellow, and blues. The reflection on the river was magical. The silhouette of trees shimmered on the water surface. A beautifully haunting sight. Liam had brought us to shore for the night. It wasn't wise for our raft to sail in the evening. I helped to hang the walls. The Velcro was very strong. There was no worry it would fall. Our first meal was hot dogs with relish and mustard. It was accompanied by a small bag of regular potato chips and pop to wash it all down. It had been a physical and emotional day. Our homemade raft had not failed us. Rowing from time to time, we were tired, with bellies full. Walls up, bed put out, sleeping bags ready, we slipped inside. The sounds of nature's evening serenaded us into slumber. Once again, my dreams were wonderful. I hoped Liam's were the same. He had worked so hard for this holiday. He deserved it. Mid-early morning, there was a slight rock of the raft that woke us both. Liam instinctively reached for the bear spray. He was taking no chance. Slowly, he opened the tarp at the back. He looked either way and seeing nothing. He carefully stepped out for a better look. I stood behind inside our tent. My nerves were on edge for the first time during our trip. This must be part of the stress. Although I felt protected, I didn't feel safe, if that made any sense at all. It was a few minutes before Liam returned, proclaiming all was clear. He put the movement down to a shifting stone under the raft. I accepted the explanation because I was tired and wanting to go back to my dream. The next time we woke, the sun was up and we were cooking in our tent. Quickly, we pulled down the walls to feel the morning breeze. Our tarps were covered in fresh dew. Liam wiped them down before folding them away. Bacon and eggs for breakfast before we set for another day of travel. A beautiful warm day. Not as humid. As the day before. A light layer of cloud cover was a relief. The river remained calm, which was a blessing. Liam could relax back with me and appreciate the wilderness. That is Canada. It really is a beautiful place. His thoughts rambled. We are so fortunate to be just an hour away from it all. Think of the money people are making on tourists venturing out to have a glimpse. Yeah, we are damn lucky, he concluded. Yes, we are, but those same tourists leave their trash behind. They carve their names in the trees and use markers on rocks. I'm not sure they're worth sharing this beauty with. I added my honest opinion. Maddie, our own people do the same. Remember that cave last year? Neighborhood teens spray painted the walls. They left their empty cans too. It's not only tourists that have no respect. In some cases. Liam once again had a valid point. Either way, these ignorant individuals make me nauseous. I took a deep breath and turned my attention to the vista before me, blotting out my disgust. A light rain began to mist over our cover. It felt wonderful on our skin. What an amazing feeling. Delicate is the word I used to describe it. Liam looked up to judge what weather was possibly coming. Doesn't appear it'll get worse, but my gut is wavering. I think we should pull over and rest until it passes. We were halfway to our destination of the day. Let's get the walls, just in case. We worked together, and in no time, we were working on dinner. Sure enough, the wind picked up, and the rain came down. Rain pelted against the canvas tent. Rain pelting against the canvas tent sounded similar to a machine gun. We're tied off tight, aren't we? I asked. Yes, I made sure. Nothing to worry about. Liam was confident. Grilled cheese was the order of the day, with a garden salad light on the dressing. We ate and discussed our 2-day trip thus far. It's been so relaxing. The scenery is amazing. I'm glad we decided to do this, I told him. I thought it would be something different than flying somewhere. We chatted for about an hour before we just lay there listening. Once again, nature was our lullaby. When morning broke, the rain was still coming down. Liam had tied us off to a large pine tree close to the shoreline. The beach had been littered with rocks washed up from the river. There was no cover to break the wind that evening, but we fared well, or at least we thought. Liam pulled back the tarp and shouted, "Maddie, get up! We're in rushing water. It's not raining." To my horror, I watched, while jumping out of bed, my husband desperate to navigate our homemade raft. I thought you said you tied us tight," I shouted, grabbing the other oar. Our concentration was solely focused on getting to shore. It was a struggle, but we finally got there. We were soaked through and exhausted. A section of our tarp had come loose. "Maddie, this rope has no loop, no knot," Liam shouted over to me. Let's see, how am I doing on time? Okay, I think we'll leave it there for this evening. That's 5 pages read. We'll start on page 6 tomorrow. To all of you, I hope you have a great evening. I hope you're having as good a weather as we are. That's, oh, let me see. That's what you were in behind here. Hey, you do what you gotta do. What you see, just a bit of cloud. Looks like they've cleaned their pool over there. Got it ready for next weekend, which is our Victoria Day weekend. Or it's better known in some circles, the May 2-4 weekend. So when people go up to their cottages and their trailers and open them up, and it has been expected, I suppose, for years, that you bring up a case of beer. Thus, the 2-4 weekend. I don't know if people, well, I guess a number of people still do that. This weekend is the opening of our Tulip Festival here. I am hoping that we can get down. I would like to go tomorrow. Before, I don't know if we're going to have bus loads, if that's going to start up again. I know in the past, before all of this started, that the buses would just line up. It was phenomenal. So we do know there are tulips up there. So if we do, I will be sure to get some footage for you. Possibly alive on my Instagram for those of you that are following me on my Instagram. We'll have to wait and see. And then we also, the conclusion of the festival improper would be the Victoria Day weekend. The Monday would be the last day. The thing is, the tulips are out in a park. You can go anytime. You can go now and take pictures. I don't know how many tulips are out, but I mean, even afterwards, they keep the tulips there until they basically have had their time. And then they will take them out, I think. And then they put other plants, flowers and such in the space. And then coming up at the beginning of June, we have Doors Open. I don't believe they have a list of the places. I know the one place that I do want to desperately go to is Billings Estate. I'd like to take you guys there. Bradish Billings. I can't really remember, and it's terrible to say the history about him, but his house is there, the ice house is there. Hubby and I have been there before, and also the family graveyard is there. And we pass this on our transit system every day, going to work and coming home. Of course, now that the leaves are starting to come out on the trees, it's much more difficult to actually see the home. Of course, in the late fall and winter, it's quite easy to see it, but not right now. That's just getting to that point. Anywho, I'll let you all go. I hope you have a great evening. And as always, until the next time, ciao for now.